Joining me now in the coach's file is Gloucester varsity basketball coach Khris Silveria. Khris, congratulations on a great season and ended on somewhat of a downer note last night, but still a valiant effort by the kids.
Yeah, it was a great job and it was a great season. It was long. We started a little slow in the beginning, and we got that stretch where we won 10 or 11 games. And we carried into the playoffs, 2 big wins, and it came to an end last night, but it wasn't from lack of effort.
Certainly we talked at the beginning of this season, and your own expectations of how many wins you would achieve this season was a little in doubt because you had your best player with a major wrist injury. He's going to be out for 4 games, and you just weren't sure how the team was going to be able to come together, and as well as other bumps along the road, and yet still they managed to pull through.
Yeah, it's a tough conference. You got to play English, you got to play Everett, Somerville, Beverly was really good this year. There's a lot of schools, and we started hurt and sick, and we lost our first 2 games, and but winning can be contagious, and we got it going, and it kept rolling, and we got a good seeding in the tournament, and we got to pick up 2 wins.
For you as a coach, what do you look to do at the beginning of the season when you're dealing with an injury such as to someone with the talent level that Marcus has? And he really showed just how talented he is down through the playoffs, just having one game after another and always being the focus of the defense.
Yeah, well, the positives it can be that somebody else has to step up, and you can see what some of the other guys can do. And, a lot of guys played good, and that experience helped them later. But, yeah, Marcus is a beast. He's really good inside, outside. He rebounds. So when you're losing, 20 points and 12 rebounds a game, it can affect you.
Certainly he's not real tall. Maybe 6'1", maybe 6'2", if you really want to stretch him out a little bit. But he is. I was so impressed with his ability to rebound in a crowd and just get good position time after time.
Yeah, well, actually, he's a little taller than that. Last year, he was like 6'1", 6'2". He grew about 2 inches, so he's closer to 6'4" if you stand next to him. I mean, if you look at, him standing next to John Pratt, who's 6'1", he's quite a bit taller, and he's actually strong, which is, he uses his body well. He gets position, and offensively, if you watch him, he uses his body. He gets his body into people, and he moves them around, and it helps him finish at the hoop, which is, believe it or not, it's something that's really hard to teach. It's one of those things that if you can do, it pays off big for you.
One of the things, and I just mentioned it in the last question, when you ended the season and you had Marcus down, what changed for you in your approach to the team to get them through those first couple of losses, maintain the faith in the team, and keep it steady, and then to play on those victories to, again, just continue to add more and more?
Yeah, these guys they've known each other forever, and they've played travel ball, and they've played together all the way up, and they've always bounced back. There hasn't been a loss where it's like, oh man, how are we going to pick them up from this? They've always bounced back, and that's one thing you have to do to be a good team is you got to let things go and move on to the next game, and they've been able to do that all year.
Certainly the Reading game was had to be one of the highlights of the season. You guys just played such a consistent game throughout.
Yeah, and they were a really good team, but our defense stepped up. We made some big points down the end, down the stretch, and that kind of turned it. So that was definitely, looking back, probably that and Lynn Classical were 2 wins that I look back and say, man, that was great to get.
Where does the team go from here? You're going to lose a lot of seniors from this year's team, a lot of guys that had major contributions. How do you look to fill that void going into next year?
Well, yeah, we're losing, I carry like 9, and we're losing 8, maybe 9. So it's one of those things. It's who works in the off season, who gets better. I mean, I've seen everybody play that's down below, and whoever works the hardest this summer and makes the changes and improves their game. Those are the guys that are going to be on the team next year, and it's going to be a little bit of a rebuild, but I mean, that's what you can expect when you lose that many leaders and seniors.
You know, and certainly you come out and you had some great wins this year. In a fashion, you're going to have a target on your back, and there's going to be teams going, oh, well, Gloucester's not as strong as they were last year. And the kids are going to have to step up to that challenge.
That's definite. That'll happen next year. You know, and this year, just getting games on the schedule at the end, it was hard. People didn't want to, you know, do the Christmas tournament, and people didn't want to pick us up at home. So maybe the one positive is picking games up on the schedule will be a little easier next year.
Listen, 16-7. What just a fabulous season for the fishermen. They entertained the town. They entertained the fans, and again the fans and support was just so great in the tournament. The last couple of games, the kids came out in force. They came out in themes. Themed dress, and they were loud, and they were well behaved. They did a great job representing the school as well.
Yeah, that's what Gloucester does. They follow their teams, and they've always been good like that. And you know, the students here, he wanted to put a fan bus together, and then, you know, he texted me later and said, well, make that 2 buses. You know, the kids, they want to come, and, you know, they go to school with these guys. They know all of them, and they're, you know, it's just great to see that they came out like that.
Okay, Chris, we'll be talking soon over the course of the next few months as we get ready to roll into basketball once again. It starts before you know it.
It does. Thanks, Tim.
Okay, that's Khris Silveria.